Get ready to rock out with your talk out. It's the Ludini Rock and Roll Circus. Stretch my back. All right, there, you guys. It's time for the Ludini Rock and Roll Circus. Playing all the hits, whether you like it or not. Mr. Pittsburgh's in the house.
Hey, everybody.
What's going on, Mr. Pittsburgh?
Well, funny you should ask.
Okay.
I don't know. Just a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
You know, listen, I have something to tell you.
Please, I want to hear it now.
When I snap my fingers, you will forget that you were ever gay.
I'm not gay.
I told you. You forgot. There you are.
When did you become gay?
So when did you decide to become a midget?
When I was little.
When I was little. I liked it. I decided to just stay this way. So, guys, everybody, welcome back. We have Mr. Pittsburgh. We've got Ludini. Lily V6 was due to be in.
Yes.
But alas, I believe that, right now the crew something is going around.
Right.
And people are,
No bueno.
Froggy. That's how they're feeling.
Yeah.
I am feeling just chipper as a
Are you
wood
feeling
chipper.
peachy?
I feel like
That's all I
Muddy Mud Skipper.
Wow.
Do you remember Muddy Mud Skipper?
No. What? No.
You don't remember Muddy Mud Skipper?
No.
Oh, you were not a Ren and Stimpy fan then.
There you go. Exactly.
Muddy Mud Skipper was a a character on Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy.
Yes.
Well, ain't that some shit?
Okay, so we're not talking about Ren and Stimpy, but we are going to be talking about Triumph.
By the way, let me just take a second to say, hey, Justin, what's up with y'all?
Justin Bieber.
No, it's
Justin Timberlake.
It's Justin Coriol. Has stopped by to say hi. Thank you, sir.
Hello, Justin.
Good to see you.
Justin, just in
Good
time.
To see us.
Oh,
there you go. You're funny.
Derp.
Nice. Can't take him anywhere.
I know. These things happen, Mr. Pittsburgh, and it isn't really my fault.
It isn't?
No.
Do you have a condition?
Yeah, I have. I just stepped in to see what condition my condition was actually in. And I have to try to summon Kenny Rogers so I can figure that out. Did you ever see the live version of that? I just stepped in to see by
No,
the
I have not seen the live
first
version.
edition. He's the bass player.
Wait a minute, I have seen it.
And he's
Yes.
playing that bass that has like the Telecaster headstock.
Yep.
It was the original precision bass. But
Yes.
that's a kind of thing we can clear up right now. This always drives me crazy. Some people call that the Telecaster bass. It's not a Telecaster bass. They didn't make a Telecaster bass. I think they do now. But that wasn't a Telecaster bass. That was the original precision bass. That's what that was. In case you
just in case Jens is wondering.
and just in case Jens is wondering and all that.
Exactly.
So I'm going to ask you a question.
Ask me a question, I tell you no lies.
What is do you think that you should own?
Yes.
Every guitar player should own one vintage guitar. You've owned a lot of guitars.
A lot of guitars, but no.
And now let me listen. So this is why is like when I ask Mr. Pittsburgh questions like this about guitars.
Yes.
Mr. Pittsburgh at one time had like every guitar that Gibson made.
Sure.
Okay, we had Eric McKenna on here. Like it's a shame you guys didn't meet 20 years earlier.
Back in the day.
Because you guys probably would have become fast friends.
We were pals.
Because Eric was a guitar constantly getting different guitars. He was in that. He made a business out of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say he had a business. Yeah.
So, but you had a lot of guitars. You know a lot of guitars. You know a lot about guitars.
Yeah, I do.
So
I do way too
when
much.
I throw these things at Pittsburgh Kevin.
Yeah.
It's not just,
Hey, what do you think?
Yeah. drunk BS. There is some knowledge behind it. The rest of the podcast is drunk BS.
Yes. But guitar stuff?
Okay, so what are your thoughts on that?
So I've never actually played a vintage.
No, wait a minute. Do you know what vintage means?
What? Vintage. I'm talking like original. Like
No. Vintage simply means 20 years old.
Oh. Yes, I have played vintage guitars.
Okay. Yeah. Have you ever owned any?
Yes.
Okay. Well, name one that you had.
I had what year was it? It was a late 70s white Les Paul Custom, and I owned it in the 2000s.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did it have the volute?
I can't remember. It did have, I think there's Spurzle tuners where the little thing popped out of the side you could wind it that way. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It had aged nicely. It was kind of a cream yellow, even though it was supposed to be white. You know what? That was a nice guitar.
Okay.
It was well broken in, if you don't mind me saying.
I never thought of myself as a vintage guitar person at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I watched this gentleman's video today, and I'm not going to say his name because here's why.
Okay.
It's a cool guitar channel, but he also gets into politics, and he throws political things around, and it's just one of those like, I don't want to send somebody there, and then one of our people go, oh, yeah, it was all right, but that guy was such a dick because of blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know, so like, you may think that's I don't want to be associated. You can go search for the video, why every guitar player should own a vintage guitar. I'll let you just do that if you want. So anyways, I didn't realize that I actually have 3 vintage guitars.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you now?
Oh my!
Oh my is right.
My 87 Strat Plus Deluxe.
Okay.
That's definitely a vintage guitar.
Sure.
If I get somebody to figure out how to wire the bridge pickup, man, life would be good.
You don't want me doing it.
I
got some duct tape.
I took it to somebody who I thought was okay, and I'm like, what in the shit is this? And I have an 89 core PRS.
Yes, you do.
And I think that McCarty that I have that I bought used.
Yeah.
I believe that is late 90s.
Okay.
It might be early 2000s, but it's that's a vintage guitar too. And I don't think you should be. I think you should try it if you've never bought, because sometimes you get these guitars, and people have done very cool things with them.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is, somebody pointed out too, and I don't know if this was the same video or not, but buying a Les Paul with a headstock repair, like a lot of times you can really clean up. You can do really, really well.
Yeah.
Or a 335 with a headstock repair.
Yep.
So
I've got 2 Les Pauls with headstock repairs, and I love them because they're broken like me.
So yeah, I think that it's it's interesting. They really feel. They feel completely different. Mm-hmm. It's a totally different experience when you play something that somebody had, for a long time. Like it's a as opposed to that sort of like squeaky,
right, brand
new kind of thing. And all those little imperfections and everything are just represent. That's a rehearsal. That's a gig.
Yep.
That's my kid ran by and knocked the guitar over.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's life that's in that guitar. You know what I mean? And wood, I don't know, man. I'm going to wax a little mystical on your asses out there.
Ooh.
Wood, it vibrates, and I don't know, does it kind of hold an echo of, all the gigs that got played,
right,
and all the music that happened, and all the excitement and sweat and everything that went into, somebody really enjoying that instrument and making a lot of music with it. So I think that I think that definitely there's something kind of a little like a vibe about a vintage guitar. Vintage just meaning 20 years old, and it could be a vintage ESP, it could be a vintage Schecter, like whatever. That's irrelevant.
Well, I'll tell you, I have 2 Epiphone Black Beauty Les Pauls. One is my Frampton
Hey,
style.
Black Beauty.
Ambulance. And the one is a 2013 that I bought brand new and modified into a Frampton lookalike. The other one is a late 90s. It has a neck repair.
What?
Yeah, I know. It's okay. It's all right. But the thing is, it's well worn. I mean, the finish is good, but all of the pickup covers, the bridge, the stop bar, it's all patinaed, and I'll tell you what, dude, it just feels, like you said, it has a history.
I went out for Mexican a few weeks ago, and I got the patina. It was
real nice, Clark, real nice. But yeah, they're basically the same guitar, but one has been with me since I bought it brand new. The other one has a history. I don't know all the history, but they definitely feel different when I play them. So there you go. Maybe there's something to your craziness there, Ludini. I'm just
also when it comes to
yes.
when it comes to vintage guitars, like the key word is player grade.
Ah, yes.
You don't want collector grade.
No, I've had collector grade R8s and things like that. I had a Gary Moore Les Paul, and I was afraid to play them because they cost so much, and I didn't want to put one scratch on it or one mark. And thank goodness I eventually got rid of them. They were great guitars, great to play, but now I've got my beat up ragtag fleet of Les Pauls, and I can play them. I could.
A fleet, huh?
A fleet. I got a fleet, all right.
One thing I did not check was if I had a guitar sound. And
sounds great.
I do not have a guitar sound this evening, so any playing I was going to do is just not going to happen.
Right out the window. All right.
So there's this group, this band you may know of.
Yeah.
They began in the 70s.
Uh-huh. Is it the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band?
Man, how did you know?
Because I know my music.
This band, they formed in 1975 in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada.
Oh, good day.
They were a classic power trio.
Yeah.
And the 3 gentlemen were Rik Emmett on guitar and lead vocals, Gil Moore on drums and vocals, and Mike Levine or Mike Levine on bass and keyboards. Mm-hmm. They call themselves Triumph. They were influenced by British hard rock, like a lot of Led Zeppelin and Deep Purple. You could hear that in what they did. They had at times they were progressive rock, right?
Sure.
At times, they'd had some longer pieces where they went to different sections and stuff like that. Very melodic, though.
Yes.
They had a reputation for strong musicianship, and both Rik Emmett and Gil Moore handled lead vocals.
Yes.
Something a lot of people don't realize is that Gil Moore actually sang a lot of their songs too, so it wasn't all just Rik Emmett. Their first album was the self-titled album, just called Triumph. It was Triumph's first album, self-titled. Okay, hello.
Come on,
it's just released in 1976, but it was later reissued with a different cover, and they renamed it. Can you just shut up? Jesus, man, it's like a whole situation tonight. Was later reissued with a different cover and renamed in the beginning for CD releases, featuring early hits like 24 Hours a Day, Moonchild. The Canadian hard rock band's debut introduced their powerful sound before their breakthrough in the U.S. market. And then it was followed up by Rock and Roll Machine.
Yes.
Rock and Roll Machine was Triumph's second album. It came out in 1977. And let's see. Let me hear. I'm trying to pull up the track list. Rock and Roll Machine. There we are. So, sorry guys, I'm a little discombobulated at the moment. Did not
because we had a scare.
And then
we were so scared of something.
Okay, here we are. So, Takes Time, Bring It On Home, Little Texas Shaker, New York City Streets, The City, and then there's like there's a long, like one of these, it's like all these, The City, War, March, El Duende, Minstrel's Lament. They were doing like a progressive thing. And they did a version of Rocky Mountain Way.
Yes. It's really good, man.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, everybody.
The record, though, that I think this is when I became aware of them, was on the follow-up album to this.
Yeah.
Which is Just a Game from 1979. And it has a very iconic album cover. I remember staring at that album cover, when I was a kid in the music store, just kind of walking. But it's got songs like Lay It on the Line and Hold On, which were their like really big songs. And I do remember that, Hold On has that, there's two, I remember this is one of the first songs that I realized, there's two versions. Because when I first heard it, there's that whole long guitar thing in the middle was really just like a couple of measures. And that was the version I had heard. And then one day I was listening to it, I'm like, it's like it goes into this thing, Mike Levine's on they're doing almost this like long thing. There's all these different chords, and he plays this harmony guitar thing. I'm like, oh my god, I like never heard this before. And I thought, was I just zoning out? And then I realized, no, apparently, band. And I didn't just the first time I became aware that bands released a single version,
right,
and then there was an album version. So the single version to Hold On was greatly gussied up.
Yes.
For radio, you couldn't, Well, that was a lot of stuff that happened. Like the only single that Led Zeppelin ever released was "Whole Lotta Love," and the only reason they only ever released one single was because they edited out.
Oh yeah,
that thing in the middle, that crazy drum percussion thing in the middle. They edited, the record label edited that out. And they were like, nope, never mind. We don't need any singles.
We're not doing that. No.
So
craziness.
Yeah. Where was I?
We were getting on to the next album? Is that what we were doing?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Just the Game has Lay It on the Line, Hold On. They moved up and were now signed to RCA Records. They built a strong touring base, opening for other acts. So the album that came out after that, they always have this is where they started getting super, like, I think Rock and Roll Machine is a cool title.
Sure.
And Just the Game is kind of a cool title. I think Allied Forces, though.
Yes.
That sounds like a
force to be reckoned with.
I mean, that sounds pretty, pretty powerful. Let's see, but this has Magic Power and Fight the Good Fight. This was the record that was like this was a really seminal record for me growing up. I just remember thinking that like Magic Power by Triumph is kind of like Rush's Spirit of Radio.
Yeah.
I think that
very similar.
In fact, maybe a DJ played them back to back or something, when I was in 1981 or whenever that was.
Was it Michelle?
I don't know.
Or DVE?
I don't know. It might have been Hirsch. I don't know who it was.
Yeah.
Anyways, So, they worked with Bob Ludwig on this, and Ed Stone, Dave Dixon, Mike Jones in the studio. You know, these weren't like big pop albums, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm,
but it was when like you could have album success and then you could sell out tours, and that's exactly what they
Right. Yeah,
that's exactly what they did. Of course, then they released Never Surrender, which has, of course, Never Surrender, The Sport of Kings in 1986. They were known for very elaborate light shows. One of the things that they did was when they were young, they decided right away, we're going to just like, we're going to come to anywhere we go, we're going to put on the biggest show ever. And so they would be in like little clubs.
Right.
With like all these like lights and everything like that. And they were like, they felt like that's kind of what got them over the other bands, was that like people came and it was like undeniable.
It was an experience, man. You're like, wow.
So they were doing like pyro and lasers and all kind of stuff like that, like in clubs.
Yeah.
They were, often spoken of in the same breath as Rush. Of course.
Sure.
They got to play the US Festival.
Yes, that is correct.
Recently saw a video. I didn't watch it. It was a headline in a YouTube video, something about like, in a weekend of debauchery, like these were the only whole like decent guys that were there.
Yeah.
Was Triumph,
Yeah.
because there's like bands like Van Halen and stuff like that. So what ended up happening with Triumph was that the leader of the band, Rik Emmett, he was a real musician's musician, and yes, he enjoyed being in a big rock band and all that. And the other guys were definitely his friends, and he didn't want to throw them over, but he just felt like, it was too much. Also, he had just started a family, and he did not want to be away from his family. Sure. He'd miss his kids growing up and everything like that. He felt that, he had done well. And then he was able to do something that I don't know if the other two did. He was able to parlay his success in Triumph into a pretty long career as a clinician, as a teacher. He would go around and he would do clinics. And I remember seeing, because they were sponsored by Yamaha guitars, because that was his his guitar. And so you could, and I remember seeing in the back of Guitar Player magazine, like all his clinic dates where you could go check him out, and there was information where you could book him, and I don't know if they ever brought that to, Hollywood or Johnny B. Goods, or not Johnny B. Goods, pianos and stuff or anything. I don't know, anywhere around here. But I never ran across it. I did get to see some clinics, but I never saw his. So he was really good, and plus he was a very accomplished fingerstyle guitarist. So he was, really into classical guitar and everything like that. So he had a lot of other interests, and he had ways to keep himself going. But the band did not want to be done. They did not want to be done. So in 1989, entered the guitarist Phil X. Now, see, everybody knows who Phil X is now.
Yes.
But he was pretty much, he was pretty much unknown at that time. This is like Triumph is his like first, is his first gig, like serious gig
into the spotlight.
Let me see. Yeah, he did end up playing with Bon Jovi.
Yes,
but he would Triumph was his main thing. I mean that's what got him in. But he got in through meeting, becoming friends with Aldo Nova. Remember
really?
Aldo Nova. We talked about Aldo Nova in the podcast before.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So, but he worked with Triumph in the 90s. And one of the things that he was able to do with the band was he brought a little bit of an edgier vibe.
I can see that.
Rick's whole thing was a lot slicker and smoother.
Right.
But so Phil brought an edgier kind of thing, even vocally, and Phil could handle Rick's vocal parts. Rik, one of the things that people do not talk enough about Triumph is like everybody's like gaga over Steve Perry, and he's insane.
Sure.
He's amazing.
Yes.
But Rik Emmett, I mean, that man
Think
has
about
a set of pipes.
Yeah, right?
I dare you to sing "Lay It on the Line." I dare you. I dare you.
Good luck. Yeah.
And I don't mean girls. I mean,
no.
You know, yes, girls can sing it. You know,
Sure.
It would be easy song for Ann Wilson.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be an easy song for her. But for a guy, no way.
That's rough.
No. That song is out there, and he's flawless. He's I ran across and there's a whole bunch of these, but it was one of these vocal coach listens to for the first time.
Oh yeah.
And vocal coach listens to Triumph for the first time, and he did Fight the Good Fight.
Yep.
And this woman's like mouth was open,
dropped. I
eyes
saw that.
wide open the entire time. She's like, I listened to Rush the day. She says somebody sent me Rush 2 days ago, and I thought I didn't ever heard anything like that. She goes, oh my god, like this is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was live. He was live. So the band there's never been like, there's always been an interest in Triumph,
Right.
like even all this says so. Yes, they did. They were kind of off and on through the 90s and the 2000s. They weren't, but they always had that fan base, and they even did what was that, Mr. Pittsburgh? 2 years ago, they released a documentary. I have it.
Yeah, I do too.
And because there was a still interest in and they were doing they do like a fan thing at their
Like a fan appreciation
day,
thing.
like at their ranch or whatever they have. Like
we talked about their stage show. They still have all that equipment. The big lighted Triumph sign. They still have that in the warehouse.
Yeah. So what they did was they had everybody come to their place.
Yeah.
And you did a
little tour, nice little tour.
They gave you a tour of everything, and then they did like a low key concert.
Well, they didn't announce the concert to
Right.
the fans.
No.
So it was a total surprise.
Yeah,
That was
people
awesome.
thought they were just going to get to like walk through their like museum of stuff.
Maybe meet one or two of the band members, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, the stage lights up, the big Triumph sign lights up, and there's Triumph playing a show for them. It was very cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there was some creative differences with Rik, and again then there was the family thing. They did not. They kept relatively solid, decent relationship with each other.
Yeah, that's good.
There was no serious. I don't think the other guys were happy about it.
No.
They kind of felt like he because they wanted to keep going. But also Rik, he could see like how that could be really hard on you the older you get. So he did have a good solo career, by the way. Rik Emmett did, playing, releasing instrumental albums and things like that. They have decided.
Phil X.
I know. So Phil X has done all kind of things too.
Yeah.
He's on Edge of Success album from 1992.
Okay.
He joined in 1989. But because of all the years, they still consider him. They consider him a member, like a part of the family.
Who, Phil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is no bad blood between Rik Emmett and Phil X, like at all. There's a recent video out of them playing live with him, and maybe it was Fight the Good Fight they were doing, and they were trading off vocals.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was very good.
I gotta find that.
It was really good. Yeah, it's relatively recent.
I love
within
Phil
the past
X.
year or so. Yeah.
I became aware of Phil X with the Fretted Americana YouTube page. They got Phil to come in, and it's like a real small boutique vintage guitar place in L.A., And they would have Phil come in, and he's got a big personality, and he would play these guitars for you and tell stories and sing, and that's when I first fell in love with Phil. Then I found out he was going to play for Bon Jovi, not really knowing he had done the stint with Triumph.
I lost track of Triumph because I got onto other kinds of music, and then grunge happened.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I was like, I just assumed, well, Triumph was one of those bands.
They're
like,
just
we're not doing anything because grunge. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. But Phil is awesome. Phil had his own band called The Drills, and I think maybe in the second part, I'm going to have you play one of their songs that I absolutely love.
Drills.
The Drills. Oh, you owe me a beer. All right, we've evened out. We don't eat each other. But so that was very cool finding out that he played with Triumph. I'm like, shut the front door. Lou, that's what I said. I said, shut the front door. I did.
Shut that front door.
Shut the front door.
So Phil's sound, he's more influenced by the Van Halen Flash.
Yep.
And Rik's style comes from guitar players like before Van Halen. Because you remember, Triumph is a 70s band, like Van Halen. So Van Halen are more contemporary. Although we kind of forget that. You know, they're not like... so they have a little bit of a different thing going on. And Phil's sound, I always think, is a little bit more sassy, bluesy, like in the Slash kind of vein.
Yes.
And Rik's sound was more like precision or something. Yeah. He reminded me more of a flashy, maybe this isn't a good comparison, like a more shred isn't the right word, but more technically in your face version of Alex Lifeson in a way.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah,
in a way. In a way.
Yeah.
In a way. So they do, have slightly different approaches and everything. So it's going to be this tour they're going to do. It's going to be really interesting. Let's see. They're let me see when it starts here. I got dates and everything for you guys. So, April 22nd, Salt Sweet. Sault
Ste. Marie. I'm sorry.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, Sault Ste. Marie.
Wow, look at you in
Ontario.
And they're playing somewhere in a stupid place with a dumb name in Ontario. Then it's Canada all through May.
All Canada. Eh?
They don't come to the United States until May 13th. Rosemont, Illinois. Did I say that right? Milwaukee.
Rosemonte.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
The home of Fonzie.
Yeah.
Kansas City, St. Louis, Irving, Dallas, Texas, San Antonio. And of course more dates will be added. Nice. I'm sure that this will go on as long as there's a support for it.
I'm sure you won't be paying $3,000 a ticket for that.
You don't think?
No.
I don't know. I haven't seen. I haven't looked. We should look it up and see what tickets are going for. But it's a 50th anniversary, basically, of the band.
Wow.
And they were inducted into the Canadian Songwriter Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
And there was they mentioned the surprise public reunion at the Stanley Cup Finals.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So they're going to be back out there. I don't see anything about an album or anything like that. And they don't need to do an album.
They don't need to.
I mean, those guys are like, they've earned it.
You're rock royalty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've told you guys about that guy that I had on, and his name's Jim. He was Johnny Winter's musical director.
Yeah.
And I can see his face. His last name will not come to me at the moment. I apologize. But really cool guy and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And he told me a really funny story. Hold a second here. I want to say the guy's name. He deserves it. Johnny Winter's musical director during the end of his career? Paul Nelson. It's not Jim. Paul Nelson.
Jim's his brother.
That was his name. I'm so sorry, Paul. I apologize. Paul's really good, and I thought Paul was kind of like a important guy in music, so I always felt very honored that when I was kind of just getting things going, like he did an interview with me. Anyway, so but he told me the story that when he's Canadian, and he said that they were signed to RCA, and his band had a song out, and they were like, the record label loved the song, and they gave it to Triumph, and he was so pissed. He thought Triumph sucked. He said Triumph was the worst band ever. Oh my God, he was completely embarrassed. Didn't want to anybody to know that he had written the song,
right?
And everything. No. And I was like, when he said Triumph, I was getting ready to go like, oh wow, that's really cool. Yeah. But he kept on talking. I'm so glad I didn't say anything.
He did not dig that.
Yeah, oh, man, no. I would have felt bad. You know what I mean? I would have felt really stupid.
I love it. Hello, yeah. Are you still there? Wow.
Oh my God. Yeah. Anyways, guys, Triumph.
Back on tour.
They're going to be. It's going to be Rik, Gil, Mike. But it's also going to feature Phil X.
Okay.
Brent Fitz is going to add some extra percussion and keys. He worked with. He was in Myles Kennedy and the Conspirators with Slash, and Todd Kerns is going to play some. I guess maybe Gil Moore is going to play some keyboards and Todd's going to play some bass. Maybe that's going to work.
All right.
And he is also in Slash in the Myles Kennedy group. Okay. So,
that should be interesting.
Solid players.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get a DVD or Blu-ray out of it, so those people where they're not performing can actually get to see that. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed.
So speaking of solid players,
yes.
I did a post, and it didn't get a lot of attention, so maybe you guys just weren't interested in it. But I did a post in the group about the two versions.
Oh yeah.
Of After Midnight by Eric Clapton.
Sure.
Yeah, I got almost no attention. That's okay. There were 4 comments and 3 of them were mine.
You liked the post. That's all that matters, Lou.
So I was asking which Clapton. So Clapton did 2 recordings of J.J. Cale's After Midnight.
Okay.
And so I was asking which one do you prefer? There's the 1970 version and there's the 1978/88 version. And which one? Do you have a preference?
I don't know if I've heard the second one. Wait, is it? Is it the one that was on the?
It was on the beer commercial.
Okay, then I knew. Oh wow. I think the one that was on the later one is a little more polished. I think, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Yeah. One is like, man, we don't have an amplifier. Something screwy. I don't know if it was one of my casts or not. It could just be
modern child. Look at that.
It does. It's not getting any signal in, which is telling me it could be something with the pedal board.
It might be.
Could be a wasp in the pedal board. But the we'll let it all sing out. That was the original,
right?
Or the Clapton's first version.
Yeah.
And then the remake was like After Midnight.
Yeah, kind of slower. Yeah.
Has that kind of. In fact, it didn't play even that many notes.
Was that released as a single? Other than okay.
Yeah, it ended up on the Crossroads something box set.
Okay.
That's what I believe it ended up on. So what I really wanted to talk about, what I just wanted to mention, not talk about, we don't have to get into this at all. So here's the lineup on the 1970 version.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Bobby Whitlock on organ and vocals, Jim Gordon on drums, Carl Rattle on bass, Leon Russell on piano and vocals, Delaney Bramlett from Bonnie and Delaney on rhythm guitar and vocals, Bobby Keys plays a saxophone on "Miss You" by the Stones. He's like, he's like always plays on the Stones, a sax player. Jim Price on trumpet. Background vocals by Delaney and Bonnie and Rita Coolidge.
Oh wow!
So it's a really good. Some of these names may not ring as much of a bell to you, but I do know like Jim Gordon was on a lot of records, on drums and stuff like that. So there's a lot of players. Who's who? Now these guys here who are on the '87, '88 version. They're going to be more familiar to me,
right?
And you know all these people. I'm sure you do.
Sure.
Like Mark Knopfler,
Heard of him?
Is playing guitar with Clapton. Nathan East on bass.
Okay.
Greg Philliganes on keyboards, and a guy you may have heard of on drums, Phil Collins.
Phil Collins.
Yeah, I mean that's a hell of a band right there, dude. That's a killer band. Like that's absolutely that's amazing. But yeah, I think it's written by J.J. Cale, who was a Tulsa musician.
All right,
and they talk about the Tulsa sound.
I do want to stop you here because Carl Stout is asking what axe were you playing. They want to know about your white guitar.
My axe.
Let me ask you about your guitar. Stand by, Carl. We're getting you some answers here. Real quick,
this is a PRS SE single cut. And that's pretty much it. I'm assuming it's white. And
it looked white to me.
It was the best $400 guitar I ever bought.
Yeah, I can't believe that. $400 for that.
And it was under $400. It was like $387 with the shipping and everything.
Nice.
Yeah. No, that's a cool guitar. Plays very, very well. It's got the greatest. I think this is the greatest tailpiece. It's a Paul Reed Smith wraparound tailpiece. I think it's fantastic. So, anyways.
All right. Thanks, Carl.
Carl.
I hope that answers your question.
Carl. But yeah, so J.J. Cale was a Tulsa musician, and Tulsa's known for this sort of like laid back kind of Don Williams, people like that, sort of laid back country kind of sound. And I think that the second version, the Clapton, exemplifies the Tulsa sound a little bit more. The first one is really kind of, jumpy.
Jumpy then.
Okay. So.
Yes.
Talked about Triumph. We talked about that nonsense. Yep. I need this right here.
There you go.
Never do this.
Never do what?
Never do this. I know you want to get on stage. I know that you want to get up and you want to start playing really bad, right?
Yeah.
We all go through that. I was very fortunate because I played in church. So if you're anxious to get on stage, I would say that's a better route than what I'm about to talk about.
Okay.
Do not, under any circumstances, go to somebody's gig.
Oh Lord!
And invite yourself on stage.
What you're gonna say? Yep.
This came up. Her name is Sophia, and I apologize, Sophia. I don't remember your last name off. She's a TikToker. I will plug her in another podcast. But she was saying, "Do you let people get up?" And she told a story about a situation, and it is extremely inappropriate. Never, ever, 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 under any circumstances. You get invited to play on stage.
Right.
You don't ask to play. And I'm going to give you kind of an example. At our last show, we were doing our set, and I looked off to the side of the stage, and there was Cheryl Ann Hawk. Cheryl Ann Hawk is a really well-established singer in Pittsburgh, and she was grooving to our music. So I invited her up to sing along with Angelina.
Okay.
On What's Up, because every girl knows that. And it was just like, I was just like kind of a goodwill gesture. I invited her.
Right.
She wasn't like, hey man, you think you could let me sit in? So that's just a giant no-no. You're trying to I get it. You want a gig. You don't know how to. Okay, there's jam nights. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Put up a camera and do TikToks and stuff like that.
There you go.
And if there is, you do want to play with somebody's band. You just want to sit in before you. That's not how you start the conversation. You get to know them first.
Yes.
As people, you know what I mean. You buy them, drink, get to know them a little wee bit, and over time, I don't mean get to know them like during sound check and then by the end play.
Right. Hey,
no, I'm not talking
sit
about
in with you guys, all right?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
so
no.
you get to know them over time and let them know that you play, show them some, you know what I mean? Just over time, and then maybe you say, "Hey, I love you. I like you guys so much. I really enjoy. Really just be really flattered if I could play a song with you at some point."
Yeah.
And they could say, "Yeah, no problem, Joe. Do you know this song? Oh yeah, okay. Let's just make sure they're sound check next week,
Right.
and we'll just make sure we're all good on it, and and something like that is may be appropriate, but it is." Musicians may let you do it, but they will resent you. They will not like you,
Right.
for doing that.
Right.
So
It's their show.
it's their show.
gig.
Also, they don't know you. Like, it's just not appropriate.
Yeah.
It's just don't do it. If you are looking to get stage experience, I think if you can't. I mean, so many churches now have contemporary music. Like, volunteer to play with the church group. Go to jam nights.
Yes.
There's all kinds of there's a lot of other options to before you just go muscle in on somebody's gig.
Exactly.
I had a situation happen to me like that, and the guy at the time this was 10, 12 years ago, and I wasn't the person I am now. Now I would be like, gonna get the hell out of here. I would have been absolutely not. But I let the guy play, and it was a Hail Mary, but it turned out the guy could really play and he could sing.
Good.
But you know what? He was a jerk.
So
he wasn't like nice to me afterwards. He wasn't like, "Oh man, I really appreciate it. Thank you." I know it was kind of weird. Like, it'd been cool if he'd have been like, "Man, I know it was probably really weird of me."
Thank
You know what
so
I mean?
much.
But thank you so much. I really had it.
yeah.
He wasn't like that. He was not gracious, and I was like,
jag off.
"Yeah."
And that.
I don't think he bought a merchandise or anything. What a douchebag.
What?
Yeah, I know. So we talked about owning a vintage guitar,
Yes.
and one more thing about guitar I just want to mention is if you're looking to improve, I put this up I posted this video on TikTok, and this is the one that I drew. Not ire is not the right word, but did get some like questionable comments, because I suggested that if you want to improve, start teaching.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And now, you can always teach beginners. Like, you don't have to. I'm not telling you to like go pass yourself off as like some guru. Just start teaching some beginners. You could, and if you feel really like funny about it, just do it. Do it voluntarily. You know what I mean? Call a local school and say, like, I want to do a free guitar class. On Wednesdays or do it at the library. Just I want to do a free guitar class. You'll be surprised how quickly you will improve. Reviewing the basics. There's a reason why when you and Mr. Pittsburgh can tell you this. When you go into the military, they drill you over and 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 over. And this
is it painful.
And this is what happens when you are teaching the basics over and over and over and over. You forget how important those basics actually are. And sometimes as you go on, and that's like the foundation of everything you do. And you'd be surprised like how you will improve. Also, and this is the great thing, they will ask you questions you may not know the answer to. Hey, I will get back with you on that on next week's session.
Right.
So you got to do.
Now you got to do some research, and then you're going to.
And so you get better. They kind of keep you on your toes.
Yeah.
Find a good teacher though, and he can like have your back as you go through. And then, what was the guy? They made a movie about him with Leonardo DiCaprio. Catch Me If You Can.
Oh, that dude. Yeah.
That guy. So he taught an entire year of anthropology at some university. And when I asked him how he did it, he says, I just stayed one chapter ahead.
Yeah.
If they were reading chapter 2, I read chapter 3. That's all I did, I tell you what, man, I college professors, I'm sure they didn't even do that. Anyways, so what about you, Mr. Pittsburgh? You said you didn't do nothing this week.
I didn't really do anything.
Sat around the house, got high, and watched the tube.
No. I kicked off my brain and watched the television set. So no, but I've heard some things, and granted, Lou has been playing and performing a lot more than I ever did. I only like played out for like 3 years, and that was enough for me. But we all have our Spinal Tap moments. Yes, sure, sure. Well, one of my favorite guitarists has really gone above and beyond the whole thing, and that would be Pat Smear. Of course, you remember him from the Germs.
Yeah.
Nirvana.
Yeah, my last girlfriend used to get those at the Gyno all the time.
The Germs?
Pap Smear.
In the Germs. And, of course, he's now in the Foo Fighters. But Pat has to take some time off. Pat injured his foot in a bizarre gardening accident. That is the official release from the Foo Fighters. They didn't go into details, but he actually broke a couple bones in his foot. So he's has to sit out for a bit and let that heal up. But I just thought it was funny, and they obviously
have seen that movie.
They've seen that movie.
Who hasn't seen that?
Bizarre gardening accident. But so hopefully Pat will heal up. Oh, you know what else he was in? This is awesome. Pat's my hero. Pat was in the Raspberry Beret video by Prince. He's in it.
Get out of time,
no,
Mr.
I'm
Pittsburgh.
serious.
Get out of time.
No, I'm serious. So he
get out now.
He had gone. He got wind.
Kingsbury, go get out. You 2 yard apes are just jagging my wires now.
But he got wind that they were going to be filming this video, so he went and auditioned to be a dancer. Pat, not a dancer, but he had such a cool look. He had like long dreads. And Prince saw him, and he's like, "Look, man, you're not a dancer, but I dig your style." So he's actually sitting. Yeah, he's actually sitting in the background, kind of like just going back and forth, sitting there. But he's in the Raspberry Beret video. Look it up, everybody. But
you know what else he was also in?
What? Oh, yes, I do. Go ahead. Let's see if you know.
He was in Nirvana.
I said Nirvana.
Oh, I didn't hear you say
yeah.
Nirvana. I heard you say
he was also, all right, one more thing. He was also in The Decline of Western Civilization.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
As a young kid.
Well, he's in the Germs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why he was in that documentary. So that's awesome. So get better. Hey, Pat, get better soon, okay?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Back to you, Ludini.
Did you watch anything?
Funny you should ask. Let me just whip this out. So I watched a couple of little things on YouTube. Let's see here. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about something more important, and that's guitars. I went on a Neil Schon kick the other day. All kind of videos. I rewatched the Jan Hammer and all that good stuff. Video yeah, and do you remember
Jan Hammer?
Jammer Jagger.
Jammer Jagger.
So, do you remember the NS6 guitar?
Yeah, what is it?
I'll tell you exactly what it is. It was Neil Schon's guitar.
Oh, yeah.
That it was kind of like a horrible looking.
Well, what do you expect for a guy that puts a Floyd Rose on a fucking Les Paul?
It had a Floyd Rose. It best way to describe it is a Les Paul meets Stratocaster meets Stretch Armstrong, because it was just weird.
Well, yeah, but it had, what do you call it, headstock? It had like an Explorer type.
Yeah, it had an Explorer headstock and stuff. Only made for 1 year. It was made in 1986. There were only 198 made.
They're probably collectibles now, huh?
Oh, dude, they're through the roof. It was a collaboration with Jackson Guitars back in the day, and they were made in their factories. And like I said, it had a Floyd Rose trem, and it had active pickups. The reason
what was the model of the guitar called? An N what?
NS6.
I want to have this in the notes, so because I'll put it in the. Never mind, it's internet bullshit.
I understand what you're saying. I understand, but I remember seeing it I think probably Guitar Player, because they were advertising it, and I'm like, what the hell's that monstrosity? Even as a young kid just learning about guitars, I'm like, it's Neil Schon. I Love him, but
yeah, it confused me too.
What the?
It was like when you find out that like a really hot chick is a lesbian when you're young. You know what I mean? It's just like
heartbreaking.
you know what's going on.
It's just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But there was a guy who found number 16 out of the 198, and he did a little YouTube video on it. I thought that was really kind of cool. He didn't say what he paid for it, but I'm sure it was a pretty penny.
20 grand, maybe. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I hope not. You know how many Epiphone Les Pauls you get with 20 grand, Lou?
Yeah, I know.
Hey, speaking of which,
you can get like 1.5.
I almost got stupid today.
Almost got stupid. You're stupid.
Anyway, now we
stupid.
We owe each other a beer. But I guess musician's friend has stupid deal of the day every now and again. Yeah, that's it. And they had an Epiphone Silverburst Les Paul.
Retard retail.
Oh, come on. Maybe they should do that. Maybe do that. But they had a brand new Epiphone Les Paul custom Silverburst, and it was like
Silverburst.
It's normally like $800. They were selling it today for like $545. And I thought about it. I thought briefly. Then I remembered something, Lou. I need to get a new car. But I thought about it, Lou. So there you go.
But then you thought.
I thought I need to get a new car so I can wait.
I'm just gonna say 4 words.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna move on.
All right.
New Hampshire Ape Fest. That's just all I'm gonna say.
Wow, let your imaginations go wild. Yes.
So I watched 2 movies. Mr. Pittsburgh did watch the Red October movie. We'll talk about that in a second. I watched this one. You know, some of these people. This is generational. This has to be generational.
Okay.
Because this was a social media person that recommends that she's a young woman who watches, like, I watch 10,000 documentaries every year and la 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 la, and and so she does these different categories. 10 documentaries that made me throw up.
Right.
10 documentaries that I'll never watch again. 10 documentaries that were so moving everybody should watch. So on one of these lists and it was something like 10 of the most disturbing documentaries that came out in the 2000s or something like that.
Oh boy.
She recommended Don't Come Upstairs.
Okay.
It's an intriguing title, right?
It is. I'm like, what's
and
going on
so
here?
I was like, and then so I looked at the trailer, and so basically what happens is there's this family.
Yes.
Husband, wife, mother and father, and 3 children.
Alrighty.
And their whole lives, they never find out what their father does for a living, and they're never allowed to go upstairs.
Oh.
That sounds like the premise of like a horror film, but
right.
it's a documentary. And
so this is like real.
Yeah, it's a real documentary.
Okay, go ahead.
It's a real documentary.
Go ahead, say more.
And so like it's intriguing for 15 minutes.
Okay.
And then you start guessing what you think the dad's into.
Right.
And it can only be a couple of things.
Sure.
I was thinking, well, they're Canadian, so I'm like, was he like in the Canadian version of the CIA or something?
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
You know what I mean? Sure. So I was erring on the side, but I thought, well, was he into something bad? Was he selling dirty movies? Oh my. Was he selling drugs? Okay, now I'm going to spoil the movie because I don't think this movie. I thought this movie after this point bored me to tears.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a drug dealer.
Oh.
He was a drug. I know.
Oh, that's
and these kids, they are acting like this like the worst thing in the world. Like how he made a good living. Now he did get kidnapped once.
Just once though.
Just once.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they didn't know. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I mean, I don't know. Like I mean, it's just my generation. These are people that are all a generation. They're not. The youngest one, the youngest son might be a Zoomer.
Okay.
But the other 2 are definitely not. They're like late millennials. And I'm just like, you're like, there's a lot of crying about. I thought about nothing, absolutely nothing. They wanted to have the, so they, they have the family, sits in a room together and gets it all off their chest like a episode of Dr. Phil, and it just was not it just wasn't all that shocking. It wasn't all that like.
Are you aware it's 2020 something?
Yeah, I just was like, it just didn't. So I mean, I'm sorry, like this young lady, but I think the reason she might have been appalled by it is because she is a couple generations younger. She's a Zoomer.
Yeah.
So she may have found, oh my god, like we Gen X, man, we. I mean, our parents beat the crap out of us and, cussed in front of us and told us, you know what I mean? And did all kind of stuff, but whatever. So, you watched it. Tell the one you watched.
I watched Hunt for Red October. This is a film I visit once or maybe even twice a year. It's almost like comfort food for me, It's got a great cast. You've got Sean Connery. You've got Alec Baldwin.
That's right. That's before Harrison Ford started playing that character.
Exactly.
What's his name? Jack Ryan?
Jack Ryan. Okay. Right.
That's a Tom Clancy character, right?
God, my brain just went blank. Who was in the Rocky Horror Picture Show as Frankenfurter or whatever? What is his name? I see his face.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry. I love Tim Curry in this movie because he's not like playing some outrageously crazy Sam is it Neil? Sam Neill's in it?
It's unfortunate that we have no way of.
Well, I gotta. Hey, look, we've had a lot of viewers tonight making comments, so I gotta stay tuned to my little screen here. But it's such a great movie. And like I said, it's like comfort food for me. I'm like, I have like over 600 DVDs and Blu-rays.
Holy cow, Mr. Bitch.
I know, it's crazy, right? I'm a little OCD when it comes to that shit. And I'll scan my whole thing, and as soon as I see like Hunt for Red October, I'm like...
Scott Glenn
is in it?
Yeah. James Earl Jones. James Earl Jones is in the ones with
Harrison Ford
too.
Yeah. But it's such a fun
Sam Neill.
Sam Neill, that's it. Yeah. But it's a lot of fun. So it's that time of the year where I need to sit down and watch Hunt for Red October.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. I haven't seen it in years.
When I worked in the medical field, I quote movies all the time. And back then, it was like 20, 30 years ago. Back then, people got my references. And there was one time, and I don't know why I said it, but I said, "Let's give this American a wide berth." And our one nurse goes, "Hunt for Red October." I'm like, "Will you marry me?" Because it's such an obscure thing to say and for somebody to get. But yeah, there you go. Hey, what else you watch?
And I did watch one other movie. By the way, Don't Come Upstairs is 44 minutes. It's still too long.
It's still too long.
That should have been a little like 17-minute video on YouTube.
Yeah. But it wasn't.
Yeah, less than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You didn't need all that. That was crazy.
Next time.
I watched Hot Fuzz.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yes. Well, I think I told you when I first saw it, I didn't like it. I didn't get it because I was so used to the characters from Shaun of the Dead, and I thought they were going to be like that, and they're not. And it threw me for a loop. Then I'm like, I need to sit down and rewatch this. I watched it again, cleared my head from Shaun of the Dead, and absolutely loved it. That's another film, Hot Fuzz, that I'll watch once or twice a year. Just a nice little comfort food.
So, this is a movie starring Nick Frost.
Yes.
And Simon Pegg.
Yes.
Okay. Let me get.
If only we had a way to.
No, it's not that. I was trying to find something specific, and we're not going to do it that way.
Okay.
We're just going to do Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz in the summer.
Oh, I was going to say in the city.
Hot Fuzz in the city.
Bam, bam, bam.
2007 British buddy cop action comedy.
Oh, there you go.
Directed by Edgar Wright, who co-wrote the film with Simon Pegg. So this is part of the trilogy.
It's a Coronado?
With World's End and Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun, yeah.
The Three Flavors Cornetto.
Cornetto. I knew it was something like that.
With Shaun of the Dead and The World's End. Over 100 action films were used for the inspiration. There's a lot of little references, specifically to Bad Boys.
Yeah, boy.
The humor is just really good. There's like big time actors that have very little screen time, like Martin Freeman. He's just got like a real small part, and it's like really cool. Bill Nighy,
yes,
is in it.
Yes. Anytime he shows up in one of these films, I'm like, oh,
yeah,
nice.
You know, and how I became familiar with Bill Nighy originally was not in the comedy world at all.
Oh yeah,
it was. Timothy Dalton is in it.
I was going to say Timothy Dalton's in it.
It was in the Underworld movies.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he plays like the head mean,
the head meanie,
granddaddy vampire.
He is a vampire.
But yeah, so this is this guy. He's played by Simon Pegg. Is just he's kind of a freak cop. Like he's like real like overachiever,
gung ho.
Yeah, very gung ho overachiever
on steroids.
Yeah. Very like an overachiever, super athletic.
What a great premise too.
And he gets because he becomes a pain in the ass to Scotland Yard because he's embarrassing them.
Right, he's doing so well.
So his promotion, they send him to like some little town, and this idyllic British, village, where it turns out there's a little bit more going on.
Yes,
and it's wildly violent.
Yeah,
it's like really violent. It's really over the top. A lot of great references, and there's a lot of in-jokes as well because they're talking about the movies that they're referencing.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like what is that? What do they call that? 2.0, like self-aware, whatever. Yeah, it's a super fun movie. If you've never seen it, you got to see it. Go watch it.
Definitely.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here.
We did it.
It's kind of a weird podcast. We had a wasp
Aren't they
break,
all, Ludini?
We'll be back in a few minutes with some great music. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Go to rockrageradio.com. Don't forget to visit musicfromthe412.com. Find us on Facebook on Monday evenings at 9 p.m.
Watch us kill wildlife.
Well, yeah. And don't forget to find the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, like all the episodes, all 800. There's 800.
Yeah, can you believe that?
86 now. This is going to be 887 on social media, on all the podcast platforms like Spotify and YouTube Music, places like that. So please check it out. But those of you who listen to Rock Rage, stick around. We're going to come back with some great music. Everybody else, thanks for hanging out. And we're going to go ahead and catch everybody on the next Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Take care, guys.
See ya.